think that when I see some rhetoric where it's like, he don't want you, he just watching you for no reason, he just doing this for no, I think that they do. I just think that they not ready for what you're ready for. And they know that. Men know that. They know with certain women, she's gonna want something serious, and I don't want nothing serious right now. She could be the best woman on the block. If a man don't want nothing serious, he don't want nothing serious. And I think that that's where the relationship coaches and the things that we see online, it just really frustrates me, because it be male coaches that tell women this. What's up, family? It's your girl Samantha Lee, and you guys, I'm here and we are talking about the truth about men women need to understand. And y'all, I'm learning this myself. But before I get into that, there's some things I want to put on your radar. Number one, if you like the content that I'm putting out here into the universe, please hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely free, and we're putting out content almost daily of value to you. And so please hit that subscribe button so you can be in the know. Number two, is hit the like button. Y'all, that helps us more than you could ever know, get into the algorithm. Y'all know we just kind of getting back into a rhythm. And so, yes, please hit the like button. That helps us so much. Number three is that we go live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I would love for you to be a part of these conversations. Y'all, we'll be going in. Okay? It's so much fun, so much fun. So I would love to invite you guys to be a part of our game-changing conversations. All right, family, there's some other things, but you'll see them in the comments below. Let's get into it. The truth about men women need to know. Ooh, y'all. Okay, so here's where this topic came from, you guys. I ain't gonna lie, y'all know your girl's been dating. I've been dating, and I've learned something over time. Okay, I've learned something over time. And this is what I have learned. I've seen a lot of women, you know, in my day-to-day, they're dating guys, and guys will fall off, and you'll have the conversations where it's like, well, if he wanted to, he would, or if he liked you, he would be calling you and trying to see you, and all these things, I haven't seen men saying this, which is really crazy to me. When they're men, they know what it is. But anyway, I agree that some men, if they wanted to, they absolutely would. That's true. I'm not going to say that that's absolutely wrong, whatever the case may be. Here's where I have a different opinion. Okay. So in my dating stuff, I've noticed something that I've never noticed before, where I believe that men, I know men date according to capacity. And you guys, they're like, what does that even mean? Sam, what does that even mean? I think that people will say, oh, well, guy's not hitting you up because he don't want you, he don't like you, he not interested, blah, blah, blah. I agree. That's true. I can see that some men that don't interact with you as regularly, or don't reach out, or don't do certain things that you would expect a man that's pursuing you to do. I agree that it is true in a lot of occasions, half occasions really, that guys are doing that because of the fact that they don't like you. They're just not that interested. Got it. But you guys, I've learned that a lot of guys, because of the nature of the world today, because of how modern dating it is today, a lot of guys, it's harder for them to settle. Okay, it's harder for them to settle. And I'm not saying the fear of missing out. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, for some of the higher quality guys that women desire, okay, it's a little harder to ask them to come out the ocean. And they have to count the cost of coming out of the ocean to just be with you, right? Because if we're being real, like as women, we're being single's cool, but we would prefer to be in a relationship. Most women. I'm not gonna say all women. Maybe today it's maybe even less. I don't know. I know I prefer to be in a relationship. However, that's not all men's preferential situation, right? Especially today, when women are throwing sex out here like it's Halloween candy, right? We don't have that same stigma about waiting and, you know, casual stuff and situationships and gray areas, and confusion is hotter than it's ever been. Okay, women out here, just like men out here, it is what it is. And so I think that what we don't understand, because women like, we want relationships, so we're like, oh well, if I like a guy, whether I have the capacity, whether I just got out of something or not, whether I've healed or not, if I find a person that I feel like is attractive and is a high quality person, I want to be with them. I want to be in a relationship with them. That's what I want. Okay, that's most women, whether they're ready for it or not. Guys think differently. They're looking at it like, am I ready for this? Did I just get out of something? Do I really want to get into something? Do I really want to have expectations? Do I really want somebody to be clocking me, figuring out when I'm coming back, when I'm not? Do I really want to care about somebody? Do I really want to be vulnerable with someone? They're counting the cost of what it takes to have the connection. That doesn't mean that you're not a quality woman, and that doesn't mean that they're not interested. What it means is, I can't do that right now. Because I think we've made it so much about, if he wanted to, he would. If he liked you, he would. No, it may just be, I don't really want to be vulnerable right now. I don't really want to care about nobody like that. I don't want to be there. I want to be able to go out with my boys, get whatever number I get, and I don't have nobody asking me who's this and who's that and what am I doing and where am I going. I want to have to feel like I got to call somebody every day and check in with them and check. I may not want that. That doesn't mean I don't want you. That means I'm not ready for that. I have to get some things out my system. And guys understand their capacity. That's the difference, y'all. That's the difference. Guys understand, like, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to be locked down to one woman. I'm not ready. That doesn't mean you're not a quality woman. That just means men are y'all, I'm sorry. Men are wired differently. They just are. Okay. And I feel like we kind of come to this cross hairs every single time, where we fight to understand men through our lens and not through their lens. They're different than us, and vice versa, right? Men's preference isn't relationship. They get there. Eventually that becomes their preference. I think everybody desires a genuine connection, but for them, it's a higher price to pay. It's a bigger, for some men prefer relationships, and that's cool. But guys are looking at it like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to cash in all my chips at the casino for this machine at this point? Or do I want to keep gambling and see it and check my luck? I think that that's where we have to look at it from a different lens. It's not necessarily rejecting you, or you're not good enough, or he don't like you, or he's not interested. He just may not have the capacity to give you what you want. Maybe he understands the cost of the connection is too expensive of a price that he's willing to pay at this moment. That doesn't mean one day he won't get there. In fact, I think most men, when they genuinely connect with you and they genuinely rock with you, at some point they're going to spin the block when they're ready, but they have to get there. And I find a lot of relationship coaches like, oh, he don't like you. Oh, he don't want you. Oh, he not interested. And women be like, well, why does he keep coming around? Well, why does he keep watching me? Well, why is he? Because he probably do like you. I'm sorry, y'all. The mirror exposure effect is a psychological phenomenon where we watch somebody more and more and more. We become more and more familiar with them, which increases attraction. So somebody continuing to watch you is going to become more attracted to you. Just what it is, right? And I think a guy that's interested in you but understands that the cost is too high of a price to pay. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about intentionality. I'm talking about expectations. I'm talking about all these different things. Will not enter into that situation because he understands he doesn't have it. He might come in and out. He doesn't necessarily have it in him to really be who you want him to be. He does not want to cash in all the chips at the casino yet, but he does think you're valuable. He does think you're a good woman. So yeah, he might be coming in and out and checking on you every once in a while. He might pop in, pop out, blah, 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 blah. That's why I think that when I see some rhetoric where it's like, he don't want you, he just watching you for no reason, he just doing this for no, I think that they do. I just think that they not ready for what you're ready for. And they know that. Men know that. They know with certain women, she's gonna want something serious, and I don't want nothing serious right now. She could be the best woman on the block. If a man don't want nothing serious, he don't want nothing serious. And I think that that's where the relationship coaches and the things that we see online, it just really frustrates me because it be male coaches that tell women this. However, I get the point of why they're saying that a man doesn't like them or he doesn't want them, I get that. I totally get why. Because the whole point is that if a guy is not ready, do you wait until he is ready? Do you just sit around and twiddle your fingers until he's deciding that he wants to be with you and only you? That could be, that for some men, that could be 10 years. That could be 5 years. That could be 3 years. That could be 2 years. That could be a year. That could be 6 months. You have no idea how much time that is. And I think personally, I wanted to give this explanation because I do feel like women just look at it like, well, a guy should want this right now. He should want me because I'm this and I'm that. And they're like working up in their minds, like, why doesn't a guy just want to be with me? Well, the reality is it's more attractive on some level at some points in your life to be out here and not have the stress and the pressure that comes with a relationship. Because I think I think as women, we think of men the way we think of men. The way we think about men. We think men think the same way about us. That's not how they think. They weigh it in a whole different way. In the Bible, it says in Luke 14:28, where Jesus says that if a man wasn't first counting the cost of building a tower, that he would be mocked. And I'm thinking that in that verse, he's saying most men, if you're going to build a tower, you're going to count the cost before you start to build it. Because it later says in that verse that if you start building it and you don't have enough to finish it, people are going to be like, oh, ha, 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 you started to build this building and now you can't even finish it because you didn't count the cost first. And I think that most men count the cost. They're more logical. They're thinking it through. They're like, listen. And so I hope that this helps somebody, because I think that we have to understand with men, I hear the thing about timing, and timing is important. Capacity is important. A man has to be open. A man has to be in a place where he's ready to receive and ready to put himself out there in a way, open in a way to have that connection. Is that going to happen? Yes. It may look different for everybody, but yes, we were created for genuine connections. However, the time frame of when that will be is different for everybody. So I do suggest women, regardless whether this gives you peace or not, regardless, you do have to make executive decisions. You might like them, might be interested in them. But if that's not a situation that you can handle, don't jump in the ocean, because that's where he's at. Because at that point, then he's like, oh, well, I don't need to want something serious to be with her. I'm now lowering what my standard would be because I want him so bad, instead of just waiting on God. Because maybe it's him, or maybe it's somebody greater, somebody that fits, somebody that makes sense right now. Or maybe it's that person that once you let them kind of roam and do their thing, they're like, okay, you know what, now I'm ready. And they're able to be the partner you need them to be. But I do think that you need to give people the space versus trying to force them to fit into your world to where you're signing up for something that you never could handle, but you just want them so bad. That's just my perspective, y'all. That's what I think. This is the truth that women need to know about men. Men are more calculated. Men are more logical. Men weigh the cost of connection before connecting. And so if you were dealing with a guy and he's in and out and you're not really sure, like he's there, he's not there, he's there, he's not there. So many times this happened in my life where a man will do that, and then months later, a year, maybe I've even had a situation where it's years later where they're like, you know what? I'm ready to settle down. What you doing? Where you at? And I may not be interested at that point. Most times I'm not. But It happens frequently. My trainer were laughing about this. So it happens frequently where they'll come back around and be like, okay, I'm ready now. What's up? And I'm like, nothing's up. Because when I wanted you, you didn't really give me the energy. Honestly, I would rather a man just tell me the truth. If you tell me the truth, I'm more likely for when you do spin the block, I'm more open to receive you on the other side of spinning the block than if you just kind of playing around and not really being honest until you decide to come back after you've done what you've done. And then I'm like, I don't know what happened. I see you differently because of the way you were in my life. So anyway, I hope that this is helpful to some people. I hope, guys, go ahead in the chat. Let them know if this is real, if it's not real. This is my experience. Just another thing to think about versus just putting everybody in the same box. I think a lot of men today, in my opinion, if they are inconsistent, they are in and out, a lot of it is because of the cost of the connection. They're not ready to put it all the way, put the chips down or cash in all the chips at the casino. However, they do like you. There is an interest there. There is an attraction. And they don't necessarily want you to forget them. They're just not ready at that moment to be and to do all that is required for a healthy relationship to occur. So don't take it personal, ladies. That's all I got to say. Men are just way, way more calculated than ladies in this department. I actually admire it because I'm so different. I'm not gonna lie to you. I admire it. I admire it. So anyway, y'all, I hope this was helpful. I love you guys. Always, always love y'all. Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to discuss or talk about. And I will see you guys on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm so excited to see you guys. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.